Make sure you speak up so everybody can hear you.
I hate this. Hey, welcome to our house.
Perfect.
Hey, welcome to our house. Today we're going to make Amish friendship bread. I have my starter ready to go. It's been sitting on the counter for the last 10 days. The recipe for that is super easy. And you need a gallon Ziploc bag to start that. But it's a 1/4 cup of warm water, 1 package of active dry yeast, or 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast, 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of sugar, and 1 cup of milk. And we'll put the directions to that down in the description. And you basically leave it on the counter. Don't put it in the fridge. You don't want to kill your yeast, but you squish, squish, squish every couple of days. And then I think it's like, what is it, the 7th day? Let me look. Day 7. You add another cup of flour, another cup of sugar, and another cup of milk. And squish, 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 and leave it on the counter. And then on day 10, that's whenever you make your bread. And today is our day 10, so we're going to make bread. So the first thing you do is take your mix, your starter, pour it into a non-metal bowl. I don't know why, but that's a thing. Don't do it. Don't use metal utensils.
Some sort of reaction between the metallic elements of a spoon or a bowl that interact with the mix itself. There's some sort of a reaction that we've never done it by accident. We've never done it intentionally to test it out. So I don't know. Maybe it turns green. Maybe it turns into dynamite. We really don't know.
So when you put your starter in the bowl, you want to mix in a cup of flour, a cup of sugar, and a cup of milk.
Milk. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to sift it because Chad bought me this cute little sifter thingy.
Did you say a cup of sugar in there as well?
Yeah. You could probably edit out the sifting.
I don't know, the sifting's the good part, man. It's like, all right, so this is a 1/2 cup of sugar. We're going 1 cup of sugar, right? So 2 of these?
Yeah.
There you go. Sift the sugar.
Oh God, now it's going to take longer.
Does that work? To get the rest of the flour out? It does. Look at that. All right, we don't have to sift the sugar.
We bought this sifter at Target or Food Lion?
Oh, God, I think that's a Target. Now, here's the weird thing. It says it doesn't use anything metal. A sifter is metal, but it's not touching the wet of the starter. So the dry ingredients are fine. It's the wet ingredients you can't touch.
This thing's actually kind of a pain in the ass. Mix well with a non-metal spoon. Not metal.
Can you sift water? Oh my God, you can sift water.
So once you have all your ingredients in the bowl to the starter, you need to separate 1 cup portions into gallon Ziploc bags, and you keep 1 for yourself. And you're supposed to give the rest away to friends.
And we like the zipper kind rather than the pinch it and then hope it doesn't fall apart kind. And you can write the date, and you can even write people's names on it, whatever. But if you don't give away your other 2, you can freeze those, right?
Yeah, they freeze forever. But then when you take them out of the freezer, it's like that's your starter. You're starting over, so you have to do the 10-day thing. And again, all this will be down in the descriptions. I know it's like super confusing, and I have to refresh myself every year whenever we do this, but you know, honestly, it's so good. It's super awesome. And don't worry about the lumps in it, because when you squish, 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 your lumps go out anyway. 1 cup goes in each bag.
Okay, we're going to send this one to Elon Musk at Tesla. We'll set that one aside. Elon, it's coming to you, buddy. Here's the next one going to.
across the street.
Ryan across the street. Way more important than Elon.
He's going to be breaking bread in 10 days.
This can be a gift or a curse to people. If they don't bake that often and they're not really, I don't know, if they don't feel comfortable baking, then something like this can seem kind of intimidating. And it is kind of a lot of responsibility. It's almost like a pet. You got to take care of it for 10 days. And, all right, Ryan, here's your bag.
What you want to do is basically leave yourself with a starter in your bowl so that you can make your bread.
And that becomes the first ingredient in this recipe, which is 1 cup of the starter, which is in that bowl currently. Large mixing bowl, add ingredients as listed. So there's your 1 cup of starter. And it just says to add these as listed. That's really good about this recipe.
It's super simple and hard to screw up.
Yeah, I mean, you could just go down the line of all the ingredients, and you don't have to add certain things into other bowls and then mix them back and forth. It all goes in one bowl, and then you mix it together. I mean, that's it. So she's doing 3 eggs, 1 cup of oil.
Oh, well, good thing you're reading it because I don't have my glasses on.
We have messed this up once or twice in past years, a few times. So
When?
it's possible.
When you made it.
Well, maybe. Next is a half a cup of milk.
It always comes out good, though. It really doesn't matter. Like, you can put lemon flavoring in it. You can put vanilla flavoring in it.
Well, that's what's really great is that you can put,
like I said, it's hard to screw up.
fruit, nuts, chocolate chips. We've done lemon. We've done vanilla. We've done chocolate where we actually put cocoa and Hershey syrup in it. All kinds of stuff. Next is another cup of sugar. So there's 1 cup of sugar. After that, we get a half a teaspoon of vanilla. 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. And you can add a little bit more of that if you want to taste. We love cinnamon, so it's okay if they're keeping teaspoons on that. Then 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Oh my God, it already smells so good.
1.5?
1.5 teaspoons baking powder. You got it.
Is that the half?
That is. That's right. She has to do the same thing for me with colors because I'm colorblind. So she has to tell me colors. If a crayon or something doesn't have a label on it. All right. Half a teaspoon of salt. Squat down and get it. This is your world. This is how you live down here.
Your back's gonna hurt. Wow. Half teaspoon of salt.
Yeah.
And look, you can't even see that I cleaned the refrigerator on top yesterday.
I can now.
Because you're so short, it doesn't matter.
All right, then a half a teaspoon of baking soda.
I think it's 1.5.
It's half teaspoon baking soda.
Oh, that was baking powder.
That's correct. I'm going to go ahead and prep your flour. 2 cups of flour. So 1.
I need to label a jar for the baking soda. That would be
Second cup of flour. Now it says 1 small box of vanilla instant pudding. This is the part where if you wanted to make it lemon or if you wanted to make it chocolate, you could put in a different flavor pudding if you would like, and it helps to change the flavor of it. But the pudding makes it really, it makes it moist, and it just gives it a whole nother level of texture. You can go without the pudding and substitute something else. I don't know if that would be because we've always used the pudding, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's the small box of pudding, not
And if you
a large
actually,
box.
if you want to add more, you can. You can add the larger box. We read that today online.
That's right.
But I've never done that, but you can. What is this brown thing in here? Oh, that's cinnamon.
So are we going to add some chopped walnuts to this?
You want walnuts in yours?
Sure.
Tiffany doesn't like walnuts in hers.
Well, then she can get a starter and make her own damn bread. So this is kind of the consistency that you get. It's like an unset pudding, honestly. It's not super thick like a dough. That's not what you're going for.
You're going for more like cake mix.
Yeah, exactly. Cake batter. So at this point, we could add chopped walnuts and all that to it. We're going to do that. How much are we adding to this?
Do you like walnuts?
I mean, I guess it's your preference, but it says 1 cup of nuts to this mix. Is that
optional?
Is that about what you want to do, or you want to start out with like a half a cup and see what we get?
I like walnuts, so
we'll do a full cup. You could just eyeball it also and just dump some in there.
That's what I do. I eyeball everything, and then when somebody asks me for a recipe, I'm like,
walnuts are expensive, though, man.
It was $8.99 for this bag of walnuts. And
oh!
How much? Yeah, you better like them. Now we need our loaf pans greased. I like using the glass ones because I think that it makes a prettier loaf of bread because the edges are rounded and it just looks prettier. You grease 2 large loaf pans and then dust your greased pans with you dust your greased pans with cinnamon and sugar. And oh my God. Delete.
So the greased pans, we just use a paper towel and a little bit of vegetable shortening. And you just get a good, healthy grease layer. Grease layer? Grease layer.
Greased layer.
Greased layer.
Did we put salt in this, by the way?
Yes, we did. So you make sure you get it up all the sides and get every last bit coated because this bread will rise. And if you don't do like the top lip up here, then it will stick to that top lip.
If we did it right, it'll rise.
Yeah, if you did it right.
This is a half a cup of sugar and 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. But you can pretty much put however much cinnamon in there you want. And after it bakes, it makes like a candy coating that's nice and sticky on the outside of the bread. It's super delish.
Yeah, it does. So now it's time to pour the batter into the pans, get them ready. And you just want to divide this up between the 2 bread loaves, is that right?
Supposedly, but this looks like a lot. And I did have to use the heavy bowl. It's supposed to make 2 loaves.
Do you think this doubles in size when it rises?
I don't remember. It's been a year. Come use the spoon.
Oh, that's sticky.
I think they're supposed to be fuller. And if you want it to be pretty and taste better, add more of the cinnamon and sugar to the top.
Are you going to put $9 more worth of walnuts on top of it?
It's going to be at least an hour.
Oh, Lord.
I think it's an hour and 10 minutes. I'm going to set it for 1 hour. Usually it's a little bit longer, but you need to keep a check on it.
So here they are. Tap the top. Sounds nice and solid. We actually ran these for a total of what?
Probably an hour and 10.
About an hour and 10, so 70 minutes. You can see how some of the sugar kind of crystallizes on the side, makes this nice little coating. And it did brown the top a little bit better because we added the cinnamon sugar mixture to the top. So I guess without further ado, let's cut into one of these bad boys.
Cut it in half, see if the middle's done.
Cut it down in the middle. All right, we've got a bread knife, which is a serrated blade. We'll see what she looks like.
That's pretty perfect.
Let's hold it up here to the camera. Look at this. Look at that structure. Look at you got the nuts in it. It's like a perfect structure inside. It looks fantastic. Nice even color. Nothing collapsed.
Pretty.
So what do you think? We want to get a piece of this? Let's cut a piece and try it.
Let's Still a little warm too.
It is a little warm. We can't wait. The pudding inside just makes it so moist. Oh my God, and it's warm.
It is.
It just pulls apart. Let's see.
That's good.
Oh yeah, that's delicious.
It worked.
Very moist, great flavor, and this one's just got the walnuts in it. Normally we play around. We've actually got some batches going now that have got, we've got one lemon, we've got one that's got different kinds of chocolate chips in it. But you can play around this and try all kinds of different things in it. It's just fantastic no matter what you do to it.
Try it. It's good. Works.
Yeah.
Where am I supposed to look?
Off to the left. See the little camera over there?
Oh, right there? I can't see that. It's good. Do it.
All right, till next time, guys. See you later.